What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we're going to talk more about this situation with the family, with the young boy named Ollie Jones who passed away with a rare genetic disease, and it's catching like wildfire, where his family, his dad asked Disney for permission to put Spider-Man on his gravestone, and Disney responded with a typical corporate PC response, automated response is what it sounded like, and full of excuses and garbage. And like I said in my other video, I understand that there are certain policies in place that these companies have to abide by with their intellectual property, and I completely understand that. This seems really innocent in terms of what the dad is asking and what he's looking to do, but he decided to have respect for the company by asking for their permission. Yeah, he could have just went ahead and done it and nobody would have ever known anything about it, and it would have been over. But he wanted to do the right thing by his son, and boom, Disney shot him down. Now, my bigger problem with it was Disney's terrible response, in the fact that they tried to use Walt Disney's standards, like the man Walt Disney and his standards. Yet they've moved away from so many of his standards already, time and time again, over and over and over again. They've completely disrespected the legacy of Walt Disney more times than I can count. They don't care about his legacy. They don't care about his wishes. Yet in this situation where they were put in a difficult position, where there was a dying young, or a dead young boy, and his family was asking for permission, what does Walt Disney, the company, do? They fall back on the grave of Walt Disney himself and try to act like they care about what he has to say. It is garbage. It is the height of garbage. And this story is getting a ton of traction. I even heard some people get in my comments say, oh, it's from The Sun. Jeremy's just reading fake news. This has been covered by the BBC. I looked and it was covered by the Orlando Sentinel right before I made my video. So I don't just see a video or a topic and run with it. I will do my research. So whatever you need to do to make yourself believe that Disney's not a garbage company right now, that's fine. But the reality of it is they are. Now, if they respond, and I have a feeling they're going to respond. Why do I have a feeling they're going to respond? Because the media pressure is getting extreme. This thing is getting a lot of traction, and this is typically how corporate companies react. This is how YouTube reacts. They can do whatever they want, but as soon as there's a lot of pressure from the public, from the media, from social media, suddenly they will respond. Because doing right and doing what benefits them and doing what Walt wanted, it all doesn't matter. It all goes out the window in terms of what's best for us as a company, what makes us look best from a public standpoint, because it's not about just doing the right thing. It's not about like, hey, we have an opportunity here. Yes, we do have particular things in place. We do have particular policies in place, but let's look a little further into this. Let's put our internal department on this. Let's talk to the family. Let's do some research. Let's verify that all of this is true. That's understandable, because you don't want just anybody saying, hey, my kid, loved this character. You don't want to have all of these opportunities to be opened up. So you look at the situation, you go, we're going to treat this as a special circumstance. We want to be clear that we are not going to entertain these requests over and over again. But in this special circumstance, the father was respectful enough to reach out to us privately, and he could have went ahead and done this and we would have never known about it, but because he actually respectfully asked us, and due to the circumstances, we're going to look further into this. And if we can verify that everything that they're saying is valid, then we're going to grant them this isolated incident. We're going to grant them permission to honor Ollie's life and his love for Spider-Man. Not that hard to do, is it? Now, they will do that if the public pressure continues to pick up and pick up. And I hope that happens. But that doesn't mean that Disney's a good company now. They're great because they set aside their policies for this kid. It will be for their own benefit if they do it at this point. It will not be because they're doing the right thing. It will be because they are facing too much public pressure. So understand that. Again, I hope it happens for the family, because I want the family to get some closure on this situation. But make no mistake, Disney at this point, you will only be responding for your own personal benefit from a PR standpoint, and you know that. So make that crystal clear. This is so frustrating. It is being picked up by a lot of media outlets. A lot of my friends in the YouTube world are picking it up. It's getting a lot of traction, which is good. I'm happy to see that. So yeah, man, just there's Mecha Random who covered it. A lot of people are talking about it right now. It's on top news here on Twitter. I'm sure that, some of the mainstream media outlets will cover it, hopefully. And we'll see how Disney responds. But if they respond, just understand that decision is all for them and not for any other reason. Period. Point blank. End of discussion. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later.